focused body. Then what's make it fun? Because when we join road track, we get to know other people's work, other people's profession. Alright? So if you have everyone accounts, or most of them in accounts, then don't try not to be join road track. Why don't you set up, you know, accounts club or whatever not. Alright? So that's the diversify of road track is. Okay? So the club service, yeah, your second rule is actually really that most club service don't do is to look at the demographics of the clubs. Yeah. Then comes the age. The age is another critical factor in the demographics. You cannot afford to have a club where no member is above 25 years old, or you cannot have a club where there's no members below 25 years old. And that's what I meant just now, the demographics. Okay? Because if that does happen, that's why you see there's always what we call a vacuum. Yeah, a vacuum in a certain part of a road track club. And after these people officially retired or advanced in their personal career life, then that's where you have no succession plan. Okay? So that will be a club service. Of course, continue on the fellowship. International service, the next one. We have the International Service Director here. I'd like to give a short interview. What would be the first priority of the International Service Director that you know of? First priority.
Promote our club at international.
Promote your club at international level. Second one?
To have to keep in touch or some sort of like create a fellowship between our club here and club overseas. Get to know clubs overseas.
Okay, thank you very much. International service, the two word, right, is really that simple. International and service. Okay? Now, because the majority of the road track clubs, okay, in this district as well in around Asia, we do not have the opportunity to perform a very fundamental role of international service, which is to provide service to an international arena. When we say provide service to an international arena, mainly speaking is actually volunteer ourselves, yeah, for service out of our community area or perhaps out of the country of Malaysia. Okay? The other part of international service is what we say international relation. Okay? To keep a relationship with with any community, whether it's road tractor or non-road tractor, outside of our country. Okay? Now, because as I said, the particular focus of road track here, so most of the time we only know that it is international relation kind of activities. Okay? So international service is more than that. We sometimes may not be able or neglect to do the service part in international service. Okay? So if you like for a club to really do an international service project, think of a project that is service oriented but has international reach. Okay? International service. Community service. Okay? Misconception. Community service is we do anything charity, okay, to the community. But my question here is, what defines community? I think we don't, the community service director.
It's closely managed.
Correct. What defines community? Alright. But to be more specific, community service in road track is providing service to the community in which the club situates. To explain that, if this is a road track club of Gombak, okay, you must really know the boundaries in terms of from Rotary's point of view, the boundaries of the Rotary Club of Gombak. I don't know. In every Rotary Club, okay, the district will divide the boundary of a particular club. If it's a Rotary Club Gombak, the Rotary will divide and say which area in Klang Valley here is Gombak. That's why you'll be surprised, like if my Rotary Club sponsor an Interact Club, but the Interact Club don't really in Gombak. It's like very near Gombak, but it's not in Gombak. Okay, because Rotary has their own boundary, or Rotary International has their own boundary of where Gombak is. Community service, your main priority is to provide service to the community within your club. Now, why do I say that? Many times I receive, or I go to know of projects, when people submit the History Awards project, is that clubs, they are doing community service, but then the community is out of their Rotary Club boundary. Example, a Rotary Club of, let's say, Kuala Lumpur, alright, where their boundary is in such an area within the Kuala Lumpur city centre, but they do a community service project that is, well, actually Gombak's term, territory, or Ampang Club's territory. Not wrong, I'm not saying that we should ban or what, but it's not wrong, but the focus should always be in your community. And that's what the community service of a Rotary Club should give the priorities right. Okay? Now, when we say community, another term is, well, usually we always think of the neglected and the abused and the unfortunate, right? Correct? But actually, if you sincerely ask me, yes, that is our usual and always focus on the neglected, abused, and unfortunate. But when we say community service, it's not just always the people who are in the lower income group or less fortunate group. We can always look at community that really require our existence, in any other areas of our, in any level of our community. Doesn't mean that a middle income level of community doesn't need community service. Alright, now when we say community service, it's not actually we donate money, right? We go and refurbish the homes, not just that. Alright, like for example, I'll give you an example. Like if we provide expertise to the teenager, like the interactors, it is a community service because these people are the community. Alright, so whatever activities that you may want to do with the people in the age of the Interact group or the Interact club is actually a community service because they are your community. Okay, the community can also extend to, well, you can be focusing on a particular family. It's not necessarily a very general, right? It can be focused on a particular family. If you all know that someone needs or a family needs help, it can be a Rotary Club focusing on the family. Okay? And last but not least, do not forget, the closest community that the Rotary Club has is actually here. That means, many a times, sometimes, if a member, alright, family requires service in any form, it is community service. Okay? Alright. Then we come to the last one, professional development. Professional development, misconception. Again, number one, I think we have the PD director here. Alright, another short interview. What is the, in your opinion, that you know of, the first priority of professional development?
Like you said earlier on, to get different people with different profession into the club.
Okay.
In a way to educate others people
about other people's career
background.
Okay.